Come on in. Today we're going to be making these lovely little parcels, presents to go either in a garland or to be hung on a tree with a little loop. You can make little keychains out of the smaller ones, or they can simply go on the wall. Now these I've made out of slightly different wools, so you can get different sizes depending on obviously how many stitches you do, but also depending on the wool that you use. This one is made out of a lightweight double knitting wool. This one is the Aran worsted weight wool, and obviously you can get chunkier wool, so you can make them as big or as small as you want. But you follow the same principle. I'm going to be using a green worsted weight Aran wool today, and with that I will be using a 5mm hook, darning needle and scissors. I'll put them out of the way. I'll also be using white. Now the white is for, again, it's an Aran worsted weight, so the white is for the bow and the tie and the border. Obviously you can use different colours for that, but this is to go with the other ones that I have, so therefore I've used white, so they all match but have different colours on the inside. So we'll begin with making some chain stitch. So slip knot first, cross it at the front, hook through, pull over, pull it through and tighten it to make that slip knot. Now I'm going to use a base of 6 chain stitch, so therefore I need to crochet 7. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we need 1 more. So we're going to now crochet into the second chain stitch from the hook, and we're simply going to be making UK double crochet, US single crochet the whole way along. Now if you want your gift present to be that bit longer, you just make more chain stitch, and then you would make it longer by making more rows. Now we're just going to go into the second one from the hook there, so 1 and 2, put your hook through, wool over, pull through, 2 loops, wool over and pull through both. Into the next, wool over, pull through, 2 loops, wool over and pull through both. And you're simply going to make a UK double, US single in each of the chain stitches the whole way along until you come to the end. And this pattern is really simple. It works out really well and looks very effective. If you look at the back of your things, you now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we're now going to do a single chain, turn our work and go in to the first stitch there and make another UK double, US single the whole way across. And we're going to continue this for the next few rows until we get to the end of what we want and the size that we want for this, whoops, a daisy, for our present. So that's the first row. Now I want this to be a square one, but when I reach the end of how far I want to go, which will be around the 6 rows, then we will meet back. So do 6 rows and meet me back at the end. We have done 2, you need to do another 4. So when you've done your 6 rows, have a look at it, see if you think it looks quite square. Now when you're looking at this, you can see it looks pretty square to me. Now this is where I do things slightly differently, and it does mean that it makes it easier. Often you make 2 of these and then crochet them together. I continue on to make the same amount again, and then I put the border on. So go away, make another 6 rows if that's how many you've made. Make the same number as you made in this base row, and then make me back. So we'll continue exactly the same. A chain at the end of our row. So we've finished that row. 1 chain, turning it, and just doing your US singles, UK doubles the whole way across, and then doing the same the whole way. So I did 6 rows, so I will repeat another 6 rows and meet you back when you've completed that. I've completed my rows, and when we fold it in half, you can see that it's it is a square shape. Now that's what I want. Now if you want a rectangle, just keep going, keep crocheting until you get the size that you want. Just remember you are going to be putting it in half, so it needs to be double the amount. So what I'm going to do now is just pull a long loop, and then I will finish in the ends of these on this part of the project. Now, because this is going to be sewn crocheted into a rectangle, which will be covered in the middle, then you don't need to cut your ends quite so short, because obviously it won't be seen. So I did do just a little knot there at the beginning to fix it so it didn't unravel. I will show you again with this end. So take your end, put it through a loop just to bring that down so that it keeps that a little bit square. Then I go through another loop here, put my wool around the needle, hold that piece there so it holds it tight, pull the needle through, and it just forms a small knot right there at the base, so that way it doesn't allow the thread to unravel. Then go through a few more loops just to finish it off. Cut the end, and there we've got our basis for our present. We now want to crochet it together. So use our white wool, we make a slip knot on our hook, so cross it, put it through, roll over, and pull in it tight. Now we have our little bow here in the middle, so we actually want to start our white in the middle of our present. So fold it across, putting your your hook through roughly the middle, hook your wool, bring it back through and bring it through the loop in your hook to form a slip stitch to fasten it to your work. We'll put a UK double, US single into the same stitch, and then we will be just stitching the whole way around, putting it through that side and through the other side, so that it's picking up the loops on both sides, going straight through. Pull over, pull it back through, pull over and pull through 2. So we are simply doing UK doubles, US singles the whole way around, but put our our hook through both lots of stitches so that we fasten the two sides together. And we do it the whole way around. Now we've come to a corner, and obviously a corner will be slightly different. So we're doing one and into the same stitch. Oops. Two, and again, three. So we do 3 UK doubles, US singles to form a corner. And you can see you've got the same look on the other side. And then we need to come down the side here. This one can be a little bit more fiddly because sometimes getting the hook through can be a little bit harder. So going to the next one, I'm just making sure that we get through the loop on this side and also the one on the other side. Pulling it through and pulling it through. And again, through both. And again, through both. And whoops, through both. Through both. And then we come to our join side. Now, it's already joined, I realise, but to finish this and complete this, we will just crochet right down this side as well. So we want to put our hook through that corner bit there. We are doing the same again. So 1, 2, and 3 in the corner. We are working our way down that side. And then we're back at our beginning, and we want the slip stitch to the top here. Oops. Just like so. We're now going to make our chain to go across the present. Now you want to get this as accurate as possible. Now I'm going to start with going up this side here. So I find that it tends to be about 7 chain. If you're doing 6, it tends to be about 7 chain that you need, but measure it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So if I measure this, now I actually think I need another 1 because you can see it doesn't look like it's going to reach the full distance, and you don't want to be pulling it so that it makes it squint. So we'll do 1 more, and you want it to be quite neat when it comes up here. So we will fasten that now to the top with a slip stitch, just like that. Whoops, or we may do if I can get it done, just like that with a slip stitch. And then we're going to come to the other side. So again, if we did 8 on that side, we will probably need 8 on this side. So 1, 2, oops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we'll come up the other side with that. And that seems to fit quite well. So what we will do is we will join that, making sure that we're almost opposite the other side, joining it with a slip stitch. We're now going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain again, and this time we're going to go through and slip stitch it back to our work again, and this is going to form the first side of our bow Again, this can be a little fiddly sometimes, but it does work. And to make the other side of the bow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And again, putting it through and pull your wool through for a slip stitch to make your bow. Do a single chain, pull that wool longer, because you will use this to help you to tie things down a little bit. And you can also use the finishing in of this end to help you just neaten up your work a little bit. This side doesn't look too bad, but when you look at this side, it looks like our chain stitch gets pushed to one side. So we'll use the end on this side to try and just tidy that up a little bit. Oops. And this will be something to start to have a look at yourself, because everyone turns out slightly differently at this stage. And you'll want to maybe just put your wool up through like that. Now I feel that this one needs just to be fastened so that it stays towards this side, so that it becomes more symmetrical and in the middle. So I will just loop it through, if I can get there, that particular piece of wool there. You can see it just pulls it over that little bit. Hook it back through, and then we can finish off this end. So just looking for a thread that we can finish it off with. We want to tie a little knot. So I'm coming down underneath here, because again I don't want the knot to be too obvious. So looking for the underneath thread, put your wool over your needle, hold it tight, and pull that into a little knot to stop it from unraveling. And you can see that will effectively hide it. Come back up and go through one more time, just going through like that. And then to finish it off completely, take your needle, run it down the middle, because you're inside, you can't see it. Come up through just to the side of your work there. Make sure you push down here when you're going to cut, and then it will just disappear into the center. And that side looks a little bit more even now with your little bow. And for this one, it's the same sort of thing. Just check whether your chain stitch looks like it is even on your work. It doesn't look too bad, but I think we'll just go through to fix it that little bit more. Make sure we come through the back, and then it just fixes down this side of the bow that little bit better. And what I like to do here is to take it up and over, come back right through the middle. So we're going through there and coming back right through the middle. Do another loop, exactly the same, through there and through the middle. And this just helps to finish my bow and to make it look that little bit better. We then do the same thing as we did with the other side. Take your wool through. So to finish this piece off, we're going to take that underneath, just find a little stitch that we can just finish that to. Put the wool over, hold that stitch, pull it through, make it nice and tight. And obviously the chain stitch will help to hide that. Put it down through the parcel, the gift again. Make sure we push it to pull it tight, and that will disappear into the middle, and we're left with a lovely little gift ornament that can go on to any tree, be used as a garland, or in any other way that you choose. Want to thank you for joining us, and I hope to see you in the future.